While I was strolling along bushes of side plants on the riverbank, I was suddenly stunned to remember the bright memories of my childhood. My grandfather told me that every time I touched them, the leaves of that plant would close because they were shy. Of course, when I grew up, I know that it was due to some complex biological process that the leaves closed, but I preferred his explanation even though he was not a biologist at all. One time, I was curious about how to write the number 300, so I asked him to write from 1 to 300 for me, and he did it without hesitation or irritation at all. In the eyes of an innocent child like me, he was the greatest mathematician in the world. When I was a little older, seeing that I was jealous of my friend who had kites to fly in the late afternoon of the harvest season, he made me a kite out of paper, wooden chopsticks, and white rice instead of glue. It flew, although it couldn't withstand the powerful winds of summer. But inside, I knew I didn't have to trust a white-bearded man in a red suit who climbed into the chimney and pondered whether I was obedient or not to give me a gift. Having my grandpa is more than enough for me. There were many times when I thought of my deprived childhood without having my parents around, growing up in the harsh net of the market lifestyle, and so I cried a lot. It's hard to understand myself, I think. Perhaps that's a part of me that, like it or not, I have to accept as my inherent ego. Amid those negative thoughts, my grandfather appeared out of nowhere, and pop, I got a fatal slap in the face right away because I was biting my nails. Even though it hurt me and somehow ruined the beautiful thoughts I had for him, luckily he saved me from it, and his sudden appearance reminded me that I still have him by my side throughout my childhood. He taught me so many things in life that no one would ever dare to take away that thought, even though he only finished first grade. He was the back for me to fly in the shimmering colors of childhood sky. He lived 2 lives as a father for me. I think the biggest loss in my life would be no longer having him around, or that when I'm too busy, I can no longer remember the happiness of that faraway land. That 2 years ago, my grandmother passed away in the early morning. That death cuts a very deep line into my consciousness about family love and the most absurd excuse in the world. I'm busy. Since then, I've been afraid of feeling too late. I regretted it very much. When I rushed past my grandfather's place and he asked me to come inside for a drink, but I refused and waved to him. Was I running to somewhere so far away, so elusive, a place that I think is more important than blood? I will not let this memory go anywhere. I had a father in my childhood that was so complete and sacred. Someone once said, grandparents are the precious gift from God. I also believe so.